Our last contributor to this discussion is also from civil society, Ms. Kate Alexander, Director of Policy and Outreach, Peace Action, New York State. Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Moderator, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, ladies, gentlemen, and friends. I'm here today representing the International Peace Bureau, and thank you for including one voice from international civil society in this important discussion. The International Peace Bureau welcomes with considerable enthusiasm the initiative of the missions of Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Suriname together with UNDP to develop a dialogue on themes related to the economy of militarism and the economy of development. The subject chosen echoes the linkage that we have ourselves made through our program Disarmament for Development. Through this action program, we have attempted to draw attention to three key issues. First, the wide disparity between the resources devoted to military system and those invested in the pursuit of the SDGs. Second, the negative effects on development of weaponry of all kinds. And third, the doctrines and postures that favor increasing military spending and employment of such weapons instead of adopting a human security approach to conflict. Over the last 12 years, the International Peace Bureau has concentrated on research, education, and grassroots mobilization around these issues, notably via the global campaign on military spending. We have now reached a new stage, that of developing a dialogue with and between governments, together with new forms of engagement with the UN and its diverse organs. We are under no illusions that the kind of transformation called for in our own program, for example, a reallocation of 10% of military spending towards sustainable development, or the 1% contribution called for by the government of Kazakhstan will be easily adopted. The tensions we see growing between major states are leading us towards a new age of military conflict. And when major states are involved, the threat of nuclear conflagration is never far away. For this reason, the International Peace Bureau is opposed to the 2% of GDP guideline of NATO, which is putting pressure on member states to increase their military budgets, and to the recent military deployments in Eastern Europe by both sides in the growing conflict. However, our view is that what is needed is not simply a matter of achieving a new agreement to eliminate weapons of mass destruction. There is a close link between nuclear and conventional weapons, between the resort to increased armament and feelings of insecurity. It is therefore at the roots of the problem that we should be investing our resources. These include, among others, tackling mass poverty via sustainable development programs, limiting climate change, now recognized as a seriously aggravating factor in a range of conflict conditions, fostering programs of cooperation, joint economic initiatives, cultural exchanges, and similar measures in order to reduce tensions between peoples while promoting conflict analysis and peace education for all, investing in employment and cultural projects to benefit a young generation who risk engaging in desperate acts when confronted with a horizon devoid of opportunity. We understand the objection that goes by the name of protecting budgetary sovereignty, but states are in fact already limiting their own sovereignty in all kinds of ways in the interest of finding common agreement. That is the nature of today's multilateral diplomacy. There are a variety of specific solutions that we hope will be explored in this brainstorming session, such as focusing the funds released from the military specifically on efforts to fulfill SDG 16, as has been previously described by speakers today, and or employing other contributory mechanisms. At the heart of the problematic presented in this initiative is the issue of transparency. We salute those responsible for creating the UN Annual Report on Military Spending, for it has provided a vital tool for fostering improved confidence between states. It needs to be fully supported by all, and it needs to be extended further in order to better reflect the political realities, for example, extra budget spending on military projects. The International Peace Bureau believes that states are unlikely to achieve the reallocation of priorities described in this dialogue without the participation of civil society. Insecurity is, first of all, a perception, a feeling experienced by ordinary people. This is often manipulated by politicians through turning up the volume of rhetoric directed against neighbors or rivals. A shouting match can then easily lead to a shooting match. But warfare is in no one's interest. The best civil society mobilizations call for peaceful solutions based on justice for all. Those involved know instinctively that the choice of many politicians, pouring billions and billions more into the military system in the name of making their country great, serves only to inflame tensions and imperil us all. The International Peace Bureau believes that preparations for warfare in the 21st century are simply outdated, as well as inadequate in solving our problems, and dangerous. It is time to define new priorities, and we look to our governments to heed this call before it is too late. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander, for sharing position and suggestions from the International Peace Bureau.